Hi, my name is Kristen Cruthers, and I teach AP Computer Science A. Who am I? I attended Purdue University, where I got my bachelor's in mathematics and statistics, and then I went to Roosevelt University to get my master's in secondary education. I'm also nationally board certified. After I finished my bachelor's at Purdue, I actually went and worked as a computer consultant. I worked for Anderson Consulting, which is now known as Accenture, and then I went and worked for Anderson Consulting for 7 years. Then I decided to start a family, so I switched careers and I began teaching at St. Charles North in 2004. I live in Bartlett. I have 3 children. My oldest is Cade, the one with the fish. He is 21 and he is currently going to ECC. My middle one, Rylan, is at Purdue, actually studying computer science. And then my youngest is Kara, and she is at South Elgin High School. I bleed Cubby Blue and also Packer Green and Gold. So welcome to Computer Science A. I'm going to go ahead and click on our syllabus, and we're going to go through that. It's also loaded to our Schoology site, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay. All right, so Computer Science A, here again is my name and my contact information. Email is always best. I'm off periods 1, 4, 5, and 8, so I'm available for extra help, and my office is 137. I do ask the students to make an appointment beforehand if they would like to meet with me, but they can also email me with questions. I often check email from home on the evenings and on weekends. We do have a hardcover textbook called Java Concepts, Early Objects by Kai Horstman. They will have that. We're actually going to use a lot of what's provided by College Board this year, and so I'll talk about that in a minute. They will want some paper and a writing utensil. They also may want a USB drive or a flash drive, jump drive. They can also upload things to Google Classroom as well. I'm sorry, to Google Drive. So they do need access to a computer. They can use your Chromebook. However, we do recommend that they use a laptop or desktop. Obviously, if they're here in school, they are provided a desktop in our computer lab. And then if they are home, they can install the software that we require, which is BlueJ. That's our integrated development environment, and it is free. And so that's what they would use. It also installs the Java developers kit for them when they install that. If they would like to use their Chromebook because they do not have a laptop or desktop at home, again, they'll use the desktop at school. They can use the Citrix Workspace that is from the Chrome store that our school has provided. And I do have information on how to do that if they are confused with these directions. Okay. All right, so their website. So they consider this their virtual classroom. This is where I post lecture notes, homework assignments, all the due dates. There's a calendar, there's shell code, the AP exam information, and lots of other useful things. This is going to be on Schoology. They've already logged in. We go into it every single day, and so they know how to access that. Because they're in an AP course, our district requires them to take the AP exam. The Computer Science A exam, not principals, will be on Wednesday, May 4th at 12 p.m. Whether that will be taken here at school or sometimes they go off site, we won't know that until later, and then their scores are received early in July. The score does not factor into their grade that they get here at St. Charles North because school is over at the end of May and we don't have their scores yet. In terms of coursework, I always give them a time on assignments in class, except for homework because that's supposed to be done at home. However, they should plan to spend a minimum of 3 hours a week alone without my help working on that. Okay. Typically, their assignments are uploaded and due at Schoology on midnight on Fridays. We've also been having things, I've actually extended it to 7:15 a.m. The next school day, just so that they have time in case they want to get up in the morning and get things done. Their class participation is an important part of their grade. The more they participate, the more they're going to learn. And so I ask them to do that on a regular basis. In terms of critical thinking and problem solving, for their resources when they don't understand, first it should be themselves. When you are a programmer, you need to try to figure out things on your own. And so you should always try and see what you can do yourself. And then you can ask your classmates. You can also go with these list of resources, which is the College Board site, which we are in all of the time, so they're very familiar with that. We also have a site with their textbook. Okay, and then they can always ask me, but it's better for them to go try there first. We also have this wonderful site called CS Awesome, which is basically an online textbook. It also has a lot of interactive things for them to do in terms of videos, coding, little games, and so that's another area where they can do that, and that is linked on our Schoology site. Once tutorial begins, which hopefully will be in September, I'm available every tutorial period, which is every other Wednesday. And hopefully that'll be in our classroom 303, but I will let them know. So these are some positive behavior guidelines. One thing that I would like to point out to them about that they really need to learn how to think in this class. It isn't about memorization. Yes, they'll have to memorize some things, but it's really about understanding. Because if they understand, then they can use their logic to answer a question, and they can use their problem-solving skills in this class. So they really need to do their own work. They are allowed to help each other problem solve, but what they don't want to fall in the trap of is having a good friend that's in the class just tell them what to do, and they just do it so they can get it done and get it turned in and move on. They really want to try to understand, because every skill in this class builds on the previous one. It's like learning a foreign language. So if you miss all the beginning basic things, it's going to be really hard to speak in Java come January. Okay, so if they don't do their own work, they won't understand the concepts and they will fall behind in this course. Okay, they shouldn't be, they can go out to the internet if they want to look for things, but everything that we do, if they search hard enough, can be found. And so they don't want to fall in, again, to that trap of finding things and then just using them. It's fine to find them, but then you want to make sure you understand what they find. And so we've talked about that in class. So they are welcome with each other to discuss possible solutions and to show each other where to find information. Okay. I always want them to ask questions. It's totally fine if they don't understand. It's not fine if they don't ask a question when they don't. So I ask them to do that. No question sincerely asked is ever a dumb question. And it definitely takes more courage to ask a question than to pretend to know. Okay. Plagiarism and cheating will not be tolerated in this class. I usually can tell pretty quickly when they're finding things on the internet or borrowing a friend's work. So if they have found to have cheated or copied or plagiarized, then I will give them consequences such as getting a 0 on the assignment or assessment, and then also being referred to the dean's office. If a student helps another student to cheat, meaning they just gave them their assignment and they copied it, that student will also face the same consequences. Okay. So makeup work, obviously, if they're absent, they have those days to make it up. If they're going to be gone on a college visit or for sports or a family vacation, if they know ahead of time and they can let me know, typically I can tell them exactly what they can be doing while they're gone, and then also to schedule any time to make up assessments that they may miss. Right? Here are how their grades are broken down. The majority of their grade is based on their chapter or unit tests. We do have homework, which is typically non-programming assignments, including videos that they watch that is produced by College Board on my AP. That's 5% of their grade. 15% is classwork. A lot of time that is their programming assignments and then progress checks that they will do on the College Board's my AP. We will have a semester project, one each semester, and that will be 15% of their grade. Their letter grades are assigned on a straight scale. I do round up, so if they have an 89.5, that would round to an A. Their grades are cumulative, and if we do have final exams, then their semester grade will be 80% of the 2 quarters, and then 20% is their final. Extra credit is occasionally given, and so I encourage them to take advantage. Okay. As I mentioned, as we went over the syllabus, our learning management system platform is Schoology, and it can be found here at this website. They also should be going to my AP for College Board. Everybody's already logged in. They needed to do that because that's how they also register for their exams. And then obviously we are using it for homework with videos and then classwork to do things like my progress check. I do update Hack very regularly. If you see a 0 or an empty space, that means that either the work has not been completed or it hasn't been turned in yet. If you need to contact me, here is my office phone number, and then here is also my email. Okay. Please share any information that you'd like via email regarding your student that you wish that I knew. And again, here's my email. And I would just like to say thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to working together to support your student in AP CSA this year. Thank you.